straight Australian chaser Crisp with 12 stone on his back. It's hats off and a tremendous reception. You've never heard one like it at Liverpool.
The winning Lunch National Hunt rider of all time has waited a long time to land his first Grand National.
It does grasp you, you know, and you don't push it, won it, you know, when he was there at the last and he looked like he was going to win. You're thinking of all sorts, you find it hard to look, you know, you're thinking of Devon Loch, you're thinking of all sorts of things
you're
happening.
thinking of all sorts, you're probably thinking the same things you thought before a few times. Let's talk about Clan Royal, his biggest run, second in 2004 behind Amberley House. Liam Cooper was on board, and a bit of a horror day for him, but a horror day for you as well, because he looked like he had a great chance.
Yeah, he ran a cracker, he jumped brilliantly, Liam got on really well with him, and he was a big awkward horse really, you know, and Liam did know him and got on, as I say, got on really well with him, and everything went right, and you know, he got really tired over the last couple of fences, and he was like a big long galloping horse, like, you know. And he was drunk over the last really, and he wandered off a straight line and, you know, got him back. But Amberley House was going to beat him anyway. I think he had more in the tank left, you know. So,
was it a case of him being almost unrideable after that?
Yeah, he was a big awkward horse, you know. As I say, he was like a bit of a giraffe. He had a great big long neck on him, you know. But he did well on him really, and he loved the entry. He'd won around there. He won the top, and he won the Beecher, and you know, he just loved the entry and he loved jumping there, you know. So it was a case of he loving the track really, you know.
We'll talk about Sunny Hill Boy, because this was it could have been ecstasy, but it was also agony in terms of poor old Synchronised.
Yeah, it was agony. We had the two of them in it, and poor old Synchronised fell, and later was badly hurt, but. Sunny Hill Boy, he wasn't the biggest horse in the world. He was a lot like Red Rum really. He was kind of short, compact, and only 16 hands, 16 maybe a little bit, but loved the entry, operated really well around there, jumped brilliantly, and looked like he was going to win, like at the passing the chair at the elbow really. He looked like he might win, and he just got collared on the line really, which was a bit of a choker really, and get to beat the short head in the national.
Was there a stage, Jonjo, that you thought, you know what, the national, it might not just be for me?
Yeah, well, you do think that really, and especially that day, you know, even if you'd won, I don't think we'd have enjoyed it, to be honest, because losing Synchronised was a real hole, and for everybody, for the whole yard, and
AP as well, that kind of hit him hard.
Everybody, yeah,
well.
that's right.
Yeah.
It just didn't feel right, you know. It's just one of those things in racing that you'll never forget, and that's life.
Luckily, it did work out. 2010, Don't Push It. It was all about first, wasn't it? Obviously, we all bang on about this. JP, Jonjo. Obviously AP as well, but you also had Frank Berry's son Alan heavily involved. He was a massive part of it, wasn't he, as well?
Well, Alan trained him really, because he was a mad box walker and a weaver, and he was very difficult to keep weight on him when he was in the yard, you know. So we trained him out of the field, and Alan used to ride him every day, and he would, you know, when we were working him, he'd usually go on his own, but when we were working him, he'd just join in at the back. And
he was pure mad though, wasn't he?
Mad as a hatter he was, yeah.
The fact that you had to leave him out with the sheep kind of says it all.
Yeah, well, and that was the only way we get him to eat as well. He had to put some sheep in with him, and then when he got hungry, he started eating, and then he started eating regularly, and he went on from there really well. So
you've got this lunatic. We think, right, we might just be able to win a national with them. Talk about the Thursday before the race, because AP obviously had a bit of a conundrum, and I've heard him say there was a toss of a coin without any coin. Did you tell him this is the one?
No, I tossed the coin.
Really? He feels like it's something that he's indebted to you, no. And he will be forever.
Yeah, well, I saw, and me too to him, obviously, with all the winners he rode for us and everything. It was a great partnership. But I just felt that Don't Push It was a better horse than can't buy time at the time, and he was winning handicaps and coming up. But I think now you just need a better horse to win the race, you know. And I felt that the other horse was a classier horse, you know. And we felt he was in great form coming up to the race, you know, and he was just happened to be coming right at the right time, you know. So we had him on the bile, and he was a big, strong character, and AP is a big, strong guy, you know, and he needed AP really, to be honest, you know. So the two matched together well, and when you seen him go down to beaches the first time and they were jumping for fun, you kind of felt this is working, you know. Yeah. And I never felt
he was a fun horse to watch though as well, you know, once he was in a rhythm like.
Oh, he was brilliant, brilliant to watch. And I think he maybe only made one mistake really. He was, you know, he weighed everything up and watched everything, and I don't know whether that was AP or the horse, but anyway, they did it well together.
They worked together. I remember listening to AP on about him before, and said that they probably had a little bit in common.
Yeah.
The pair of them. Happily retired now in Limerick. He comes across and sees you from time to time.
Comes across most years, yeah. Well, more or less every year he's been back to the National, you know, and he parades in the National. So he comes back to Jackdaws for a few days and then goes up. So I don't know whether he'd be pleased to come back or
how did the lads feel when they see him coming?
Oh, well, the lads, everybody loves to see him coming back, obviously, but I think he has a nicer time in Martinstown than he did with us.
Well, it all worked out marvellously well, and I mean, 70,000 people, a roar at the start and a roar at the finish. Is winning the National the ultimate fulfilment as a trainer?
Oh God, yeah. Yeah, it's fantastic, really. It's everybody's race, isn't it? You know, every woman and child knows about the National, you know, and it's a fantastic atmosphere at Aintree. The Aintree people, Liverpool people are brilliant, like, aren't they? You know,
they love their sport, don't they?
Yeah, they love sport and they're great crack, and it's just a great place to go for a few days, you know.